Got the live stream ready, and we'll have recordings for anybody that cannot join the AMA. We'll have the recordings on our YouTube channel as well. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. There's a lot of announcements there. Make sure you follow our notification channel. Um, we post reviews of the AMAs on our website too, so make sure to go through all our socials if you're looking for something interesting to learn about. And yeah, like Glenn said, we once we get started, we'll post all the official links, all the socials, everything in the main chat, so everybody can follow along. And we'll take some questions towards the end as well. So stick around, and if you hear something you like, if you're intrigued by anything, just raise your hands, and we'll try to get to as many people as we can. The market had a small little bump, in case you guys didn't catch it, around 20k for Bitcoin again. No, things are looking good. We'll see. We'll see
Stock
how it
market,
plays out.
you see, is stock market's pumping, crypto does well. I always watch the stock market to see how Bitcoin's going to do. Usually follows.
Well, it did. It did. It's it's moving. It's moving. It's going. It's going sideways. It's going. Let's hope it goes up next. But we'll see. I think people are getting used to the market conditions more and more. So the people that are still around, still looking for good opportunities, are more knowledgeable. And then the people that are building, they're people that want to build in a bear market, which is always great. Once the bull kicks in and you have all your products ready, you have everything set up for adoption. That's when you
Yeah,
see
well,
the real gains.
sort of like in the summer, people seem to disappear and do things in the summer. We're coming into the autumn and winter ones. And if you're in Europe, you'll know you might need some extra money for your electric and gas this winter. So they might come and have a punt in their crypto and see if they can get their gas and electric paid.
Yeah. I think we got Alex in here. We also have Hellweg. Is Hellweg also going to be a speaker, or?
We can find out. Hi, Alex. How's it going?
Hey, sorry, brother. Sorry for the long delay. I'm jumping off over from another one right now. Definitely, I think if you can unmute Helweg, I'm gonna let you guys in on who he is and what his role is within the project. He's basically the founder. I think he wants to. Hopefully, he can share the screen. He wanted to present a bit of insight within the application that is being developed and to say hello. I'm not sure if he's gonna jump on board right now. I'm gonna wait until he gets here if he's not already. What I would ask, if it's possible from you guys, just give me 1 minute. I need to grab some water because I'm exhausted. I'm just dead today. So yeah, 30 seconds. I'm gonna rush myself into this.
Yeah, no problem, Alex. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, and I've unmuted Hellweg as well. So once he wants to share screen or show us anything, he'll be able to. So all set. I got the stream up and running, and we are ready to go when you want to start it, Glenn.
Okay, yeah, I think he might be sharing the beta classroom app at launch. That's going to be ready, so I think they've got a cool video that they might want to share. Will be cool for us today. Alex is just getting a glass of water and preparing himself, and then we'll be ready to go in very soon.
Hey, what's up? Hello, guys. You hear me?
Helwig, yeah, we can, yeah.
Hey,
Pretty
how
loud
are
and
you?
clear.
Right? Yeah,
Good, doing good, yeah. How are you doing?
yeah, thank you. I'm fine too. Just waiting
Awesome.
little for Alex, and we can go.
Awesome, you jumped on board. Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, sorry for the delay, everyone. As I was saying, I'm just I'm just dead today. So yeah, I've been feeling a bit under the weather. So yeah, I'm just regaining my energy.
No problem, Alex. Yeah, so if you, Helwig and Alex are ready, I can start the recording and introduce you, and we can go into the Hi-EndLand project.
100%.
Okay,
Let's do
so
it.
yeah.
Okay, welcome to
Hey
the Welcome
everyone.
to the community. Sorry, Helwig, I just need to do an introduction, and then
Yeah,
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 I
yeah, yeah,
can
yeah, 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 yeah.
introduce you. Welcome to the Welcome Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us Hi-EndLand. Hi-EndLand is a virtual office and class which everyone can join in order to work and learn. They use their NFT avatar to interact in voice chat with others, so we can go into that and far more shortly. But first, can you introduce yourselves with your background and experience, Alex and Helwig?
Definitely. Let me actually start by introducing a bit on myself, and then I'm gonna give the mic to Helwig. Cheers, everyone. You guys probably know me by now. Alex, my name. Been a part of the crypto space for about 2 years, and have been hosting AMAs in communities and projects for about I'm gonna say 8 months, close to that. Let's say a ballpark figure. How did I get in touch? First of all, with Helwig, he actually followed a bit about my work across the space, and presumably, since we got connected, he enjoyed it. I actually am very interested in the project that he's bringing forward because I have used the utility, not on crypto, but I would love to have the opportunity to. Before we digress into the team and who they are, let me actually give the floor to Helwig, the CEO and founder of the project. My man, give us a couple of words about you, and then we'll get this started.
Okay, hello guys. I'm Helweg, the CEO of the Hi-EndLand project. Just wanted to introduce myself and also show you a bit of insight of the application. Yeah. Go ahead, Alex. Can you?
Definitely, my man. Definitely, yeah. That was it from the CEO of the project. He actually wanted to be a part of this, just to say hello. People are sometimes wondering why teams don't jump on board. There you have it. He jumped on board, and I think at some point he will try to share the screen on video to present a bit of the application. Now, let me start off with what I do on a daily basis, which is presenting you guys the ups and downs, the pretty much everything in regards to the market and how they actually plan to integrate this utility. When it comes to Hi-EndLand, Glenn actually made a huge, nice introduction there. So thank you for that, Glenn. It goes a long way for the community to understand up front what are we going to discuss about. Um, more than that, what is that happening with the crypto space as a post pandemic effect is something that has been you know being a part of our daily tradings. I'm gonna say for about maybe more than 8 months, right? So being in a bear market, that's how they actually started off with this. You see a lot of projects, right? You see a lot of projects. They launch and they soft rug is the operative keyword. Well, at some point they just stop. uh, I don't know why. They promised the moon, they promised the stars, they never delivered. And as investors, it's a tough pill to swallow. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know how it feels. Been there, done that, bought that. Ended up being scammed or rugged, so to speak. um, this particular team, as an experience, they are digressed. So I'm going to talk a bit about their experience within the space so that you guys understand what they know to do and what they don't, what are they trying to implement. The idea of crypto, as as it is for pretty much everyone, it's actually a alternative or full-time source of income. Isn't money basically why we're all here? It is. But then, starting as an investor, trader, researcher, you try to find the best possibilities with the highest potential, right? It's the principle of crypto. Um, buy low, sell high. That's pretty much it. But when you see those hundreds of projects that end up doing nothing, you tend to take matter in your own hand. Exactly what Helweg, with his team, 40 members, I'm going to introduce them in a second, they started to do, right? So they did exactly what you would expect, tried to make a project to disrupt the current crypto space in an educational way, in a practical way, and ensure multifunctionality, transparency, safety, flexibility, fast-paced adaptation to the trends, profitability, of course, as I was mentioning, we need to see some green as well, and then practical application within the metaverse technology. Basically, what that means is that they will have a real utility bridged over from the real world within the metaverse. Definitely convenient if you ask me. Before we go into that and the digitalization and digitization of the area, 40 members, as I was mentioning, at the moment within Hi-EndLand. We got Helweg, the CEO and founder, which has more than 3 years experience within the crypto space, actively investing, I think since 2020. He was on voice with us right now. Demar, CTO and co-founder, currently working within the States and has more than 10 years of experience, scattered across multi areas: your financial, your crypto, your marketing, your research, and so on and so forth. Karim, the CMO and co-founder, more than 8 years of as experience in coding and development. His role within the team is, as I was mentioning, first of all, to design, to digitalize, and implement the concepts within the virtual rooms, but also manage the individuals responsible for the network, for their build, for the ecosystem, stability, deployment, and integration, basically. And then you got Adriana, the advisor and head of marketing, about 12 years of experience when it comes to marketing, two large corporations handled by her within the Netherlands. And man, she has confidence at the extreme level. Let me tell you, nothing can scare her off. And she is prepared to do whatever it takes to make sure that this full concept is going to be adopted at pretty much every single layer within the space, and not only. I did mention about Kareem that he needs to digitize and digitalize the aspects. What exactly does that mean? Now, to digitize something is basically to transform the information from a physical format to a digital version. We see this pretty much all across the space around our world with the social modern era trying to kind of implement it within the lives. The digitalization, basically to digitalize something, is to use technology to enhance the process and make it better. Those are two different aspects that they're going to try and implement. So far, so good within the metaverse, in order to expand. Now, I was mentioning at some point the fact that the past 2 years have been terrible. We kind of see the post effects in crypto. We've seen them for about 6 months, but in general, as a macroeconomic level, industries have suffered terribly. Manufacturers and franchises and distribution centers and so on and so forth have been forced. We have live right now from Helwig, by the way, within the metaverse. So industries have been forced to, how should I put this? Either relocate or, let's say, they had to force the work exchange, basically, and yeah, kind of take it at a lower level to maintain the cash flow and feasibility. They either shut down entirely, or they reduced the personnel, or they moved from one area to another because it was less expensive for them to survive. By doing so, by having that post-pandemic upon us, we saw the social connection interrupted. Employees and managers, teachers and students, even project owners and investors were, that particular connection was interrupted, forcing the work exchange at a virtual level. Video calls, phones, online documentation, tutorials, online trainings. This tends to have an impact on the performance at a long-term aspect. And the team, this is where I was going with the statement, long one I know, but I want you guys to have the full perspective. The team understood that. They took that into account. They've been in this position, and they formed this particular project to come as an aid, to solve the above problem, to allow companies and even startup businesses and various branches to survive, to coexist, to move from a huge cost within streaming services and broadcasting over to the crypto metaverse, in order to have their activities there, some portion of their activities, but also bridging that metaverse technology into something feasible. right? So if you're looking at the metaverse, pretty much the same as the play to earn. You got Sandbox. Probably you're looking at Decentraland, Mana. What else is there within the metaverse as applicable utility? Pretty much nothing. So I mean, at some point you need to say stop. Man, those graphics are cool, by the way. You kind of need to take matter into your own hands and develop something to kind of expand that utility. And that's pretty much what the team vision is, who they are, how did they come up with the idea for the project, and let's say the problem that they're trying to solve. It's not mainly a problem or an issue. It's actually a um, expanded utility being offered out there to communities, to projects, to companies, to uh, pretty much everyone that's actually okay with bridging over to the crypto side, because it's feasible, it's easier to make it done. We will be offering this utility, and there's a huge demand already within Europe. Nonetheless, Asian has its ups and downs as well within the metaverse. They understand it, they want to be a part of it, but first they need to see it, which we're going to focus on the visuals with them. But on the European side, we already have a couple of startup businesses that will be willing to be a part of this. And we're going to word them with the opportunity. We're going to talk about that. Man, I'm going to give it back to you, Glenn. I need to grab a bit of water here.
No problem, Alex. Yeah, it's a great idea, virtual classrooms and virtual offices. I'm wondering around that. You have got the free trial, so that's great. People can try it out before they buy. But like sort of Netflix and the big companies and the movie channels, they offer like 7 or 30-day promotions. I'm wondering if maybe they would change that slightly in the future and offer longer ones if it's becoming very popular. Then obviously, yeah, you could do a 7 or a 30-day free trial as well.
Definitely. Once basically by stating this, we're gonna digress. I'm gonna pace myself before sharing the full utility. What's interesting, and this is what caught me even more as an idea, is that you guys know when you wanna download the software from the internet, whatever software that is, the team has a premium aspect. Every project has a premium feature that you would be needing to pay. But then also they award you with the trial run, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks, depending on maybe the scalability of that software. What can you do with it? The team actually took that into account and said this, because this particular concept is fairly new to the crypto space, and not only to people in general, to companies, to businesses. um, we're going to do this. We're going to work people with a 3-day trial for our utility, for them to understand how is it functioning. This, by the way, what Helwig is showing us right now is the library, where you will be able, I'm going to explain that in a second. You will be able to actually read documentation, real documentation, put into place either by the company, should it be a office bundle, or by tutorials and let's say either read a book by itself, or have a tutorial, or learn something new if it's a class bundle. Now, I was mentioning there's a 3-day trial. Why? Because they want to award pretty much everyone with the opportunity. If this is what you're looking for, but you're 50-50 right now. You don't even know, should you go with this? It's crypto, maybe crypto's Ponzi, because Bitcoin, but maybe it's good, but I don't know how to function it, or so on and so forth. Rent that particular classroom or office for 3-day trial. 3-day trial is going to award you with some standard benefits, such as 10 seats and 10 laptops for you to have some classes there, or some office meetings, a screen, a whiteboard, a voice chat, of course, so you can hear yourself, and then class management within the application. This is a start for you guys to actually feel the benefit, understand if this is up your alley, pretty much see if you can actually run your utility through the metaverse. This is one of the actually, this would be one of the office bundles. That's how the screen is looking, and the whiteboard is going to be next to it, and then the 10 computers. It's pretty much the same. So you can get a classroom for 3 days as a trial, or an office similar to this one for a 3-day trial. Instead of laptops, you would get computers. You're going to have a voice chat activity, of course, and management in the application, a meeting room, of course, for your meetings, and then a guest lounge nonetheless if you have visitors and people waiting and so on and so forth. Also, to add to that metaverse aspect, either water or coffee or within the lounges to kind of get to know each other within real time chat. Now, what's interesting about this particular concept is you guys might be wondering, who is that appealing to? Well, I'm gonna give you the example because I did mention I was using this, not in crypto, because I think they are the first to bring this forward within utility. But I was using this back in, I think it was 2021, 2020 or 2021. All of the gyms there's I think it's called, yeah, it's called World Class. That's the gym that's being operated within my city, and they actually had to shut down. They had to temporarily close. It is what it is. Pandemic, COVID, and so on and so forth. So what they came up with, we had the memberships paid. Um, they are operating at a different level, so we had to pay for the membership upfront, either for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. I had the 6 month, so I was wondering, okay, if you guys are shut down, what am I gonna do? So they thought, you know what? Install our application. You have a QR code, which are either a QR code or a link within that, and you can share that with a trainer because you have training within that package. You can share that with them. You can establish sessions for you to train at home using video, basically video servers. Now, don't get me started on how laggy those were, because I mean, first of all, they weren't Web3. Second of all, they weren't actually professional done. Now they're way better, but now the gyms are open. So I mean, if you don't have time, then you would be looking to use that. Sorry, I got muted. I don't know what happened there. So I mean, this is the aspect and the utility that I started to kind of use. I was forced in one way or another because they shut down, but I still wanted to continue with my training, right? So I actually jumped on board with a trainer. We had sessions, we had online sessions. I could either be on voice chat or on video. Of course, video is always recommended when it comes to fitness, because he needs to see the posture, he needs to see if you're doing things correctly, he needs to actually see you training. He is okay with getting paid, of course, but he wants to know that you have results, because you would end up being on his, let's say, wall of fame. Basically, that's how fitness works. Now, that's how I implemented that. That's how I used that technology. And when I saw these guys coming with something on the crypto side, I was like, dude, this has the potential of being a massive success. Because let's think about it this way. Whalecoin Talk right now, you guys are expanded. Everybody knows about you. Have a huge community. But what if I want to be broadcasted on a platform? Now, if I'm a small community, right? Now, Wellcoin is definitely at top-notch quality, but I'm a small community, Alex community, right? I got up 500 people inside. I'm trying to broadcast my knowledge or utility, whatever I want to do it. If I were to do it on the free services online, that's probably going to be a crappy experience, right? Either I need to stream my own station, which would encompass to buy some equipment. And trust me, those, I think they're called capture boards. Those are not, they're not cheap. They're expensive. They can vary from, I don't know, let's say $500 to 2,000, maybe even more. So it would require me to pay something. Now, when it comes to this particular concept, let me share with you guys what would you be paying actually for, and how much would it cost you. And this is going to encompass pretty much the statement that Glenn did and the potential changes upcoming. Um, you have a class bundle. Class bundle is 3 days as a trial, right? But then you can upgrade to a master classroom or a luxury classroom. The difference is that you're going to get either 20 seats or 25 seats and laptops, one screen, one or two whiteboards, voice chat for every single one of them. The master classroom is going to have class management and app, interior and avatar NFTs. This is the ping pong table. If you guys want to jump on board, I suck at it, but definitely I'm gonna entertain. Interior design as well. Everything that we're seeing is encompassing the interior design, and this one would cost, because it has the limitation, $49 in native tokens, or the equivalent of one BNB. The equivalent of one BNB, because it remains to be seen how much are we going to be compared to the BNB. I could go for some pool right now, definitely. When you're going into the luxury classroom, because you have expanded utility, you know that you have a big community, You're going to have 25 seats and laptops, one screen, two whiteboards for your use, voice chat, real-time chat, rare NFTs and avatars, interior design, and it's going to cost you $100 in native tokens for 1 month, or you can obtain it at a permanent level for the equivalent of 2 BNBs and the native token to bring that, of course, to value. What Glenn was saying, and that's actually a valid point, is will we at some point expand the trial run to maybe 7 days or 10 days? Of course, that maybe is a plan, but the thing is this: once we see let's say the full adoption, because those classrooms are limited. Oh, we got some wine as well. Um, don't drink and drive. That's definitely a good advice. When it comes to the master classrooms and luxury classrooms, each of them are limited. The master classroom to 50, you can only have 50 within the metaverse, and then luxury you can only have 25, right? To kind of coexist. Now, your office bundles, pretty much what we have been seeing across the space right now from Hellweg, those are going to have a trial as well. But they're going to be master office and luxury nonetheless, the same. It's just that it's going to be applied with 20 seats and 20 computers, a meeting room, a guest lounge, virtual coffee, so to speak, a voice chat, of course, office management and app, real-time chat, random interior NFTs and avatars, and interior design. So what you see right now can be changed to blue, to red, to other carpets, other aspects, so on and so forth, because it's a master office. That one is going to cost the same $49 in native tokens for a month, or the equivalent of 1 BNB into native tokens at a permanent level. Luxury office is going to upgrade you to the top-notch quality of 40 seats and 40 computers, a private meeting room. You want to have a one-to-one session, you can go ahead and have it. VIP guest lounges, which we kind of saw all over the place. A secretary room, nonetheless. A coffee, of course, virtual, and then a playroom. I think we saw all of the playrooms. A voice chat, office management and application, real-time chat, of course, rare interiors and avatar NFTs, the better design, and then it's going to cost you. This was one of the lounges, the VIP lounges. This is the one that the Hewig is showcasing right now. And this is, again, same price, 99 native tokens per month, or equivalent of 2 BNB as a permanent level. Same limitations, 25 on one side, 50 on the other side. When it comes to your future utilities, to encompass pretty much everything within this, we will be implementing staking. Staking, either, I'm not sure if the native token has been taken into account right now, but staking for the classrooms. So you have your classroom functional. You have it, again, not the trial ones, the ones that you actually purchased. We may actually set some different timeframes. Remains to be seen how much traction we have. We may have other timeframes, like 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. We'll see. But as a start, you're going to have a month and permanent. You will actually have the functionality as a second incentive for your community owners to increase the assets significantly. Basically, with owners of classroom and office to stake their rooms into pools in order to earn passive income. Right, the better the room, the better the reward. As a start, we envisioned 4 pools: Pool A 7 days, Pool B 14 days, Pool C 30 days, and Pool D 120 days. This is as a start. Again, you can make sense of the logic here. Pool A, B, and C, 7, 14, and 30 are available to either the permanent ones or the 1 month. What goes to 120 days, that's why I've said there may be some upcoming changes, will go strictly to the permanent ones as a start. If we're talking about you guys actually viewing more than what Hellweg is showcasing right now, take into account that our beta application is actually live. Hi-EndLand.com is the website. I think it's in Whalecoin Talk community already. Click on that. Definitely go forward with the beta application. I think it's pretty big. I think we're looking at about 2 gigabytes as a total, but it encompasses a lot. So that's why you can test it out for yourself to see what you're getting yourself into as 100% let's say vision on the space. And also take into account that Hellweg has been back and forth with Google for this particular application to finally be listed on this store. The plan for this is to have it first on Android because first of all, they're more easy to cooperate with. No disrespect to the iOS folks. I doubt that we have any support in here, but still. When it comes to iOS, there are a couple of other measures that they wanted to take into account. They take more to review. With that being encompassed, for sure, we will tackle iOS as well, but Android is going to be the first. That's a bit about the beta application, which you guys can download right now, the vision, the staking, and then basically, and these are a couple of things that I wanted to also kind of touch basis on. um, First of all, what makes the project different? This is always a question. Why should I invest in you guys? And I cannot stress this enough, honestly. If you are ever questioning why should I invest in a project, maybe you didn't do the research properly at some point. But or maybe that's just how I function as an investor. I read the white paper. I'm trying to understand the technical sides. Is it feasible, sustainable? Can they do this? Can they do that? What are they promising? Who's the team, the roadmap, everything that it's encompassed there. From there on, I move on to a, how we have it right now, a beta application or a live utility at launch, or anything that I could get my hands on to try and make it feasible, fungible, to test it out basically. From there, if I'm not convinced, I'm going to check out how they're doing business, how is their community, pretty much the whole spec of things, right? Now, if you're still not convinced, it is what it is at some point, because either you're not understanding or you're not seeing the full perspective. uh, be that as it may, let me actually bring a couple of things to the matter. As I've said, confidence for them is um, pretty much at a whole different level, and is the next step to bridge over to the community. They want to strive to fulfill the objective set, accomplish all the goals on the roadmap as soon as possible, add more plans within the same way, transparent, and choose goals within a realistic way. They're not going to claim to be Sandbox or Mana or other metaverse projects. They are Hi-EndLand. They're going to work for this, and they're going to pioneer. They're going to cement themselves as the pioneers for the adoption, facilitation of that virtual reality space brought over to the real life activities. Right? Not your Nintendo Wii or whatever other platforms you might be using on the virtual reality, real transparent use case for a project. Experience is definitely there, and they're keen to develop more and to learn the full substrates of the crypto endeavor as they go along. They keep on learning more. Similar to myself, and similar still to people who have been on the crypto space for about 5-10 years, maybe even more. So definitely experience expanded. Security, when it comes to your security, definitely take a look on the fair launch, which is ongoing now. We're going to encompass that as well. Everything has been added. So you got the SAFU badge. Contract checker is to congratulate for that. You got your consult who did the audit, and then you got your KYC with Pinkcell. So three different entities to kind of make a statement there, right? Um, that's going on from the perception that people are concerned within this space. Honestly, what I've kept seeing lately, because of Pinkcell being where they are right now and the level that they're bringing forward, um, everything is pretty much locked. So if you're looking at a rug from a pool liquidity, I'm gonna say that's probably impossible, almost impossible right now, because of how Pinkcell operates, because of what the SAFU badge means and the criteria that are being put. When it comes to the perception, there's no team token on this, so their way of making money out of the project is to either invest themselves or to function as I've said, as a pioneer, and to bring that utility to more and more companies and corporate offices and so on and so forth by signing partnerships. Partnerships are going to, of course, encompass a sum of money. It's going to be discussed within the team. That's definitely not my business. But to kind of look forward to how the team is going to make money, they buy into the project or they're out. That's the only way for them to make money at this moment. That's how they plan to be different, by bringing security, as I've mentioned, to that. Bringing Play Store in, hopefully within the next couple of days, it will be solved. Not to overstate things, but they're gonna push even more. And then functionality is right now within the beta stages and prepared to be delivered as a use case within the space and environment. That's pretty much it, the introduction in a nutshell. I do have a couple of other things to develop upon, such as your roadmap, tokenomics, and then the marketing strategies that they have envisioned. But I'm going to give you back the floor right now, Glenn, if you want to ask anything, or yeah, definitely let me know.
Yeah, thanks very much for the introduction, Alex. I was wondering, yeah, I mean, it's great. I was wondering what gaming platform it's built on, the gaming engine, should I say. And although you can pay for the luxury in the master classes in B&B and in the native token, I'm wondering, this could be a massive utility outside of crypto as well for people who don't use crypto. If there would be expansion plans in the future, to take it to lots of companies in the real world that aren't wanting to buy an NFT or use crypto so that they could make a fiat payment. Are they looking at expansion plans in the future for that?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, let me start off by asking you first, because you said what platform is this being built on? Are you looking to know Web 2 or Web 3, or is this anything like on the technical side? Because maybe I'm not the one to answer that, and I'm gonna check with the team.
It was just like the gaming engine that it's been built on. I was interested in.
That's a good question. Let me actually DM them again. You guys know me. Nobody actually. This is what I love about you, Glenn. It's like you're brainstorming there to have a question that's gonna get me stuck, and I love it. I love it because the purpose of DMAs is to get informed, and I'm gonna learn that with you as well. So let me actually see if I can DM, if I can get Helwig to tell us what gaming platform is it. Okay, Unreal. Yeah, he actually heard me. Unreal Engine on the Windows platform. Hopefully that's to encompass the the answer that you were looking for, Glenn.
Okay, awesome, Alex. Yeah, and then the other aspects of expansion into fiat payments outside of the crypto space, and maybe is there going to be a charity aspect for developing countries? Virtual schools really help other countries, and the environmental aspect of this is great as well because people would be working from home virtually, like a lot of us doing crypto. So you're driving a car to a school or whatever, or you could thousands of children, in one sort of session.
Sorry, I was getting a bit of water. Definitely, Glenn. When it comes to the expansion, and this is what why I've been talking it with Helwig. Um, there is little to no, not less, little to no limit when it comes to the metaverse. Now, before thinking about expansion within fiat payments, because that was the pretty much the first question, we want to understand at what level can we incentivize the people on our own native token, right? Because that's only going to bring value to our holders, either the stakers or the holders, as a basis. So you definitely want to kind of bring value on both sides, right? From there, you're going to try and see the traction that you're getting, either from having your own native token, because you need to have that sustained throughout the long-term perspective. You cannot leave your native token to, I'm not going to say to die, but to kind of lack traction. First of all, every single centralized exchange that the team has had contact with requested solid traction and volume. Within some of them requested solid traction and volume. Some of them said they don't even care. Basically because they have bots to to provide that. But still, not to digress, there is the potential to expand not only within our native token, within various other multi-chain tokens, because you're looking to actually coexist not only on BSC. Eventually, you want to make things available for pretty much every other major blockchain out there. At the moment, if you were to be realistic and to target one of them, actually maybe not one of them, let's say a top four, I would say the reasonable ones that we could go for probably within 2023 would be Solana, but the major one, because Solana is getting a lot of traction with NFTs, as I've heard. Polygon's one of my favorites, all-time favorites. Definitely huge investor, huge holder, huge whatever. I just love how they develop things. Ethereum, nonetheless, although with Ethereum, I'm not sure, because I'm not a developer, how easy it can be integrated once the switch happened, um, which is basically 2 weeks ago. And then your Avalanche. I still think Avalanche has a word to say within the next better conditions of the market. I've yet to invest in a big collection over at Avalanche NFTs, but I had a couple of projects there, so I have huge respect for the Avalanche community. Those would be the four realistic ones that you would target for expansion. So definitely fiat is one plan. Other coins to be implemented is a different plan. And then expansion to stable, within developing a second or third utility for your native token to try and balance that. That's pretty much the plan that we're looking forward right now. But within 100% transparency, the adoption of another, let's say another token implementation for the payment, probably not going to happen this year. You need to have the traction volume for your own token to search and to accomplish that first centralized exchange listing, which is upon us.
Great, Alex. And has the team been approaching universities and schools? I can see this as an amazing platform for for it to be used there. Whether they're looking at partnerships with universities and schools around the world.
Pretty much, pretty much. What I know, because of the expertise that Adriana has within Netherlands, I understood that there are some, let's say, potential spaces to discuss with. Not only the universities and schools, some, I don't even know, training companies, maybe something close to that. I'm not sure how to explain them. Um, you have a lot of opportunities there. The schools were interested in that, and because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If they were to expand in my country, they would actually have no possibility because the conditions here are poor. When it comes to other countries, they already have what it takes to be expandable in. So yeah, definitely schools, universities, colleges, faculties, however you want to call them. Some of them were on board. Some of them needed a bit more time to digress the information, to that kind of take everything into account, to digest the information. Not digress. Sorry, my head's been hurting like hell. So definitely, I mean, only time will tell if everybody's gonna get on board. But baby steps towards building that particular foundation that Helwig and the team has been looking forward to. So yeah, you are on spot with the questions, Glenn. I gotta give you that, as always.
Yeah, that's awesome. And looking at the packages again, you've given us a breakdown. The luxury office was $99, and it said on the white paper permanent. So I was wondering if that's a one-off payment, and then you get a lifetime subscription, or is it going to be a monthly, yearly subscription? How does it work?
I don't actually, and I have to apologize for that. Let me see if I have the white paper in front of me right now, just to make sure that there isn't any, let's say, discrepancy. Perfect. Let's take the luxury classroom. So basically, how you would do is this: if you look forward to a month, I don't know, maybe this month you actually want to pay for it because you have some traction. Next month you don't, right? Then you don't have the, um, how should I put this, automatic payment, right? Because these are permanent level limited. You need to be on spot with your renewal. So if you're purchasing right now, which is the 4th of October, you need to calculate 30 days starting probably from tomorrow. That's how subscriptions function, and apply 30 days to that, and you will be renewing it on a monthly basis, or whenever you feel the need, if those are available. If you go on the permanent side, which is going to cost you the equivalent of one BNB, then you're going to do one-time payment. Ownership is going to be brought over to you, and yeah, it is what it is.
Awesome, Alex. And let's move on. We've spent 40 minutes on the but it's super, the beta classroom. But the tokenomics breakdown and the buy and sell tax and the profits from this that's going to be generated is it going to be used for marketing, expanding the platform, and buyback and burns, or anything towards investors that hold the token?
Definitely always a cool aspect of every project. When you're looking at your tokenomics, are pretty straightforward. You have 100 million tokens in total, and you have pre-sale 30%, liquidity 17.2%, 3.4% goes to marketing, but it's locked for 3 months. 5% centralized exchange listing, locked for 1 month. 15.4% staking, because you're encompassing the dual classes that can be staked, classroom and offices. You needed to allocate that. Those are all also locked for 1 month. And then 29% of the supply was already burnt to kind of, let's say, coexist and create the traction within the chart. Even before you launch, you already know that 25% is down, so that's always going to increase the value of the token. Taxes are 2% buy, 2% sell. That goes into marketing and development of the ecosystem, if I am not mistaken. I'm going to double check that before I 100% confirm it, but that was based to according to my notes. So marketing and development, 2% buy, 2% sell. Why are those so small? People actually ask me, because as I mentioned, we need to coexist and comply with some demand, or maybe let's call them requirements from decentralized exchanges. Again, I'm not saying that those cannot be changed or altered, but there's a current hype. You need to face fact. The lower the tax, the more traction that you're going to bring into, and that's what we're gonna go with.
I see. That looks awesome. And so, with you being able to stake your classroom or your office, are you still able to use them while they're being staked? I take it. And then obviously, it's going to be a full circle where you could actually build up the APY off over a certain amount of the token, and then you could pay for the next month as well on subscription.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think you kind of explained it in such way that I don't even know what to say anymore. Yeah, based on let's say you're looking to develop and progress this as a circle of utility. Again, hoping everything goes according to plan. We shouldn't see these particular classrooms or offices spend too much time on the market not being snatched, because there's a demand, and because they can provide the utility. I think there's going to go on with a big traction. Remains to be seen. I don't want to overstate things, but yeah, your statement was again spot on, Glenn. I don't even know if there was a question or if I should add anything to that. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, sometimes I don't ask questions. I just sort of say things that I really like about a project because it excites me, and actually, I'm sure it did you, Alex, when you came across it. And I think the pink sale, the soft cap's been reached, so it's going to be launching. Will be 24 hours after the pink sale finishes. And what's the minimum maximum contribution for investors?
Definitely, yes, definitely. The fair launch is actually ongoing right now. It's going to end tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. After which, it's going to be launched 24 hours after. So that's going to be on Thursday, 6th of October. That's actually a good question. I don't think there is a min max transaction as we speak. Yeah, the max transactions are within the contract. I'm gonna ask them if there's anything close to that, but I don't know of any max transaction. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, no, sorry, I was just meaning minimum maximum contribution on the pink sale.
Okay, definitely. So for the fair launch itself, yeah. So sorry. There's I think the minimum for a fair launch is 0.1. There isn't 100%. There isn't a max contribution here, uh, for the Pixel.
And you've had a smart contract by contract checker, so that's great. And then I think they're looking in the near future to have a CertiK audit as well.
Yeah. With Certic, I mean, things are going to progress in let's say in their own way. They are the ones to dictate the terms. And when it comes to Certic, they have applications to review. Then they're going to come back to you before they even start the audit, informing you this is what you have to do if you want to jump on board. Because of who Certic is at the moment. Um, you either comply with everything that they want to say, or they're just going to reject you. I've heard big projects, and I don't want to mention any name, they got rejected by Certic with no second chances. I mean, what's done is done. So definitely, when you're doing that particular application, you need to know that you did your best and you didn't actually screw it up because of not paying attention. So that's also a plan. Of course, it's gonna focus on the extra confidence layer provided by the team to its investors and potential investors, of course.
Okay, great, Alex. And going into the marketing, how are they going to promote this classroom app and the token itself over, say, the next quarter?
Definitely. You guys know marketing. It's not actually listed. I don't think it's listed right now within the roadmap as a stage one, stage two, stage three. Marketing is going to be ongoing for uh, pretty much the entire lifespan of the project. There isn't another way to put this. When it comes to your marketing for the token, you guys know what's set and actually started and in progress. Many actions such as your tier one channels, collaborations within posts, reviews, long-term utility development, advisory board, AMAs, connections expanded, because through some of our partners we got expanded to mutual connections. They became mutual connections, of course, to help us with the progress. And to kind of mention just a few of the ones that we had an AMA with, I'm gonna check the calendar. I'm gonna say Future Lounge, Solitaire, Pink Sale, Willcoin Talk. I hope I didn't miss anyone so far. And then we are looking to have Venom immediately after this. And then tomorrow we have our last one, which is with Gollum. And then we're gonna wrap up the fair launch, of course. And then as I understood from Helwig, I'm sorry for that. Launch is going to happen 48 hours after, not 24 hours, to make some additional marketing pushes before the launch on PancakeSwap.
Okay, great, Alex. Let's open it up. I think Axie might like to say something about the project. Go ahead then.
Yeah, Glenn. I was just listening in. I was curious. Just a quick thing from me. Once you do buy the space, and will it be sort of like an NFT in your wallet, and then you can just trade it, and other people can use it, or how will it work for the? I mean, for the permanent buy one, not the renting ones.
You guys actually talk to each other in DMs, and you wanted to ask another question that's going to block me, right? That's the purpose of this. I'm just joking, Active. Of course, love the question, my man. It's actually going to be encompassed within the form of an NFT as a luxury or I forgot the name, luxury or master classroom. Sorry about that. So you basically have four types of permanent NFTs that are going to be within your wallet. Those are the permanent ones, and the other ones that are going to be per month are going to be encompassed within the same aspect. Just that I think they're going to disappear. They're going to be built to disappear after the month, because they're going to be, let's say, you're not going to have ownership upon them. The ones for the permanent side, yes, and within those you're going to have NFTs to be developed, so NFT within NFT, if that makes sense. uh,
It
yeah.
makes sense. And just a small follow-up before I let Glenn go to community is, will are they looking at maybe offering these spaces to be available for renting? Say if I buy a bunch of the permanent spaces, can I sort of, on top of just staking it or whatever, can I rent out the space to other people? Is there a system like this in place?
There might be an opportunity to do that. I mean, the opportunity for let's say lending and borrowing feature is to create a third or fourth or fifth, whatever amount might be, of utility for you if you bought it as a permanent. The thing is, and this is where it kind of goes head to head. We have a trial run that you can actually go ahead and basically try. It's gonna be indeed, it's gonna be a standard one, but I think the question is, once we finish with the classrooms, they're all being purchased, minted, acquired, whatever. Once those are done, either we implement more, or by that time we finish the trial for them, and we're gonna start awarding people with second or third utility for you guys to actually offer them to others for a commission. Of course, you would be getting the majority of that because you're the owner, and they would be getting a portion of the rewards to an activity, of course, to kind of get with the flow and understand how things are going. So there is a chance to do that, Acti. But I mean, it's probably going to be in the future once we figure out how many we have sold, what is the traction, are people using the trial run, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, thank you.
The questions, actually. Let's move on to community investor questions. Let's see. Sayed, you had a question for Alex at Hi-EndLand. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I was just thinking that with which VR headset is the high-end land metaverse compatible with, and will it be necessary for users to have the VR headset, or they can also access the virtual spaces without the VR headset?
It's gonna go both ways. We're not gonna limit to virtual reality equipment. First of all, because those are expensive, and it would kind of defeat the whole purpose of making this um, appealable and adoptable to pretty much everyone. So if you have one, they are integrated. This particular concept is integrated with all of them. I think, according to my knowledge, I only know Oculus. I think that's how it's called. But there are others, and it is fully functional, but they will function with your regular headsets nonetheless. So you're not going to have to change equipment, basically. Good question, definitely. Syed, I think it was.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much for answering. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you for the question, Syed. Let's move on to Aisha. You had a question for Alex at Hi-EndLand. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. I was wondering what tools will you be providing for virtual office meetings and virtual classes to enable users to create presentation? And Will users also be able to import their existing presentations, images, videos, and 3D models to the virtual spaces?
Definitely. Wow, that was actually a good question. I somehow missed to I failed to mention that the computers and the laptops basically are going to have similar functions. Again, not one to one, but similar functions as your regular computers. You will be able, let's say, during a meeting. Okay, you're in a meeting, you're in the metaverse, you're in the lounge or um, a session right now. You will be able to have some notes that you can take, either presentations open on that computer, or you will be able to take some notes. And eventually, at the end of that particular session, you will be able to export that within your actual computer. That's the purpose of bridging the utility over within the crypto. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that within the library and for the offices, they're called in a different way, but I can file cabinets, right? Within those, you will be looking to find some information, be it a tutorial, be it a course, be it something that either the owner of the classroom or of the office has provided. It's let's say it's users with, and that will be to some extent and to some limit, again decided by the owner, will be downloadable and exportable to your PC as well. So definitely great questions there, Aisha. Thank you for that, because I kind of forgot to mention them.
Thank you for appreciating. I was also wondering, will teachers or educators also be able to conduct quizzes and tests in the virtual classes?
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be a standard feature. That's where you will be looking to use your whiteboard first of all, and then eventually the screen, if you wanna present that over the subjects and so on and so forth. And I think that the plan at a later stage for the project is to implement test classes, basically, to kind of separate those from the regular courses. Again, there's going to be a feature definitely available for that as a start within the classes, and eventually we're gonna see if we can expand it to a different area.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much for answering.
The questions, Aisha. Let's move on to Western Beast. You had a question for Alex at Hi-EndLand. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Um, First off, Alex, I really hope you said you're under the weather. I really hope you get well soon, man. Okay, so the question I actually have is the fact that you talked about your laggy video earlier in the AMA being done. Yes, the metaverse videos or video, will I say the video experience is usually lagging most of the time. So how were you able to about to go about this? Did you use some third-party video compression optimization software that makes the video experience somewhat better than the normal one that usually is experienced in normal NFT metaverses?
Definitely. Thank you for the kind of words at the beginning. If you can just you definitely have a speed when talking. Um, can you repeat, because I don't understand the let's say the entire question. If you can repeat that, I want to do my best to answer it.
All right. So, okay. So, you talked about earlier about laggy video experience in some metaverses, and you said that somehow your video quality is actually better. And how were you able to go about this? Did you use some third-party video compression optimization software that make that experience, that video experience better?
Got it. The quality that I've mentioned and the laggy features. I'm not actually a super familiar with the third party application, so I know there was some compression and enhancement basically done to make that as real life as possible. How we are going to try and kind of tackle that particular laggy side of things is by hosting this particular metaverse within multiple servers, right? So I mean multiple servers to kind of back each other up and make sure that if one is laggy, because you got 50 or 100 people on there, I should probably state more like 500, because at 50 nothing is going to happen as a connection issue. Once you take that into account, because each and every one of us joins from a different country, that's when basically the lagginess starts um, to to develop, and we're going to have servers to correlate with interest, let's call them interest points, um, basically being developed across the platform to sustain it from multiple angles. There were indeed there were some enhancements done. I don't know if that was a third party or it's knowledge of the team that they did it. I'm gonna bet on the knowledge of the team and some software aid as well. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Alex. I have two more questions, but I'll be asking them in your Telegram group. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck in the project, and I hope the project stays bullish moonward. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you for the questions, Weston. It might actually, Alex, as well be Telegram because we've had like in-game sort of shows here before, and it does lag. But then when you actually go to the website or load it onto your PC, people said it worked fine. So some of the lag could be exaggerated through sharing screens with Telegram. It does happen that way as well. But let's move on to Venice. Venice, you had a question for Alex at Hi-EndLand. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Okay, Alex, I was wondering that if some company open their office in high-end and if they deal with some kind of sensitive data, how will high-end land provide security to that data? And does high-end land has an ability to read or alter the data those companies are using?
Definitely a good question, and yeah, I mean, with all the respect, if that's okay with you guys, we're gonna make this one our last. You guys know how this goes. I need to jump in within the next one. So to answer your question, I know it's a concern with the security of let's say the proprietary data. That's not even a problem because the team will actually once you have a partner, like I want to partner with you, Venice, and I want to give you the opportunity to use my services. We're going to sign a partnership, an agreement within the virtual space, of course. You're going to have a copy. I'm going to have a copy, which will preclude me from sharing any data that you're not comfortable with sharing on your own. That's why I've mentioned within the file cabinets or libraries, you guys are entitled to the data sharing as much as you're comfortable with. If you want to put there, let's say, proprietary data, then that's definitely up to you. Our particular agreement will not allow us to actually take that at a fourth party. So it's not a redistribution similar to the Web 2. It's going to be a Web 3 centralized decentralized storing, sorry, but with no future distribution unless we agree upon something within the partnership. uh, Everything stays there within the metaverse. Yeah, that's how we're going to tackle that security aspect, so to speak.
Okay, Alex, thank you so much for answering it.
Thank you, Venice, for the questions. Yeah, it's super exciting project. I take my hat off to Helweg with his vision and sort of scope of where this could go and what we could do in the future. It's super for our investors to have High and Land on today. It's been awesome speaking to you again, Alex. I hope you get better soon. As we say, WellCoin to us for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but do check out the website, the white paper, the official socials there in our main chat. So yeah, I do recommend the community investors check out the website, the white paper. If you like what you see and you want to invest, and the pre-sales live, so we've got a link in that in the main chat as well. Or if you want to head over to the socials and speak to the team, I'm sure there's someone there that can answer any questions you have after the AMA.
100%. Thanks a lot for participation. As always, as I mentioned, Glenn, to you, to Acti, and to the entire community, you guys bring the quality, the top-notch quality that I always love. Thank you for that. It's always a pleasure to be here. To whatever the project is. I sometimes join occasionally, and I will try to join more often if the time allows it. Until then, hope you guys are going to enjoy the rest of your day or beginning of the day, depending on the time zone, and we'll talk soon for sure. I'm going to drop off, not before saying I urge you guys, do the research, check the project. It has super cool features, and the fair launch is live. Until next time, I want to say take care, you guys, and we'll talk soon for sure. Thanks a lot, Glenn. Bye, Acti.
Thanks, Alex. Take care. I'll finish the record and send over a copy for you to share with the Hi-EndLand community, and I'll send that into our main chat for our investors to listen to. Back to the call.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Thanks. Talk to you soon.